All right, we are live, baby, live and direct. Yes, I know, day late, hopefully not $1 short. Listen, I apologize for yesterday, but honestly, I was just a little bit under the weather, so I couldn't just pull it off. I wanted to, guys. I really wanted to, but we're going to talk tonight about a couple of things. It's going to be more of a short and sweet live tonight. And I know since I threw everyone off, there may not be as many people in the chat, but that's fine. You guys can always, if you're checking this later, just know that we will do this every Friday at 8 p.m. unless there's an extenuating circumstance. All right. So what's good with you guys? Hope everything's great. You had a great week. I just had a grueling ass martial arts test. For those that know, I train in Krav Maga and I'm going for my 2nd degree black belt. And like I mentioned last night, I was a little under the weather. So I was doubting whether I could even pull off the test. It's like a 4-hour test. And I was just like doubting that I could, but I pushed myself to do it. And, you know, sickness be damned. We got it done. So one in the books, people. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay. So, few major shout outs to my martial arts family, whether you're traditional, contemporary, it does not matter. Kung Fu Chronicles, that's the name of the channel. Doing this live thing has been so much fun because it's like my way I can reach out and actually touch you guys and just go off the cuff. But before we get too deep into this or deep into the live, I've got to, I'd be remiss if I did not mention and give my condolences to Sifu Lee Kam Wing. Okay. He passed away, unfortunately, the other day on the 15th, I believe. So I'm 76 years old, I think, a master of 7-star praying mantis. I have a old classmate, Sifu Derek Wright, who used to train under him. Sifu Raul Ortiz, if you've seen that interview, trained under him. A lot of mantis guys. His legacy is huge. So I want to give my condolences out to the mantis, 7-star mantis guys that I know. I know this is a tough time. It always makes us kind of reflect because as we, the Eagle Claw family, get ready to celebrate 50 years of Ying Jiao Pai being in America, which is insane. That's happening next month in April. We're so blessed that my Qigong is still alive. So you can't take things for granted. You just never know. Once again, just rest in peace to Master Lee Kam Wing. A humble bow to you, sir. I never actually met him in person, but his reputation preceded him. And I know a lot of people that trained under him have a lot of reverence for the man. And the videos I'd see was obviously very skilled. So it's very sad. But I had to mention that. Okay. And yes, as I was talking about, we're getting ready to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Ying Jiao Pai. So blessed to do that. That celebration will be in New York from Master Longsham, who I've been training under for many years. As you guys know, he's got branches everywhere. I mean, New York City, Puerto Rico, Iowa, California, Brazil. I mean, the Ying Jiao Pai, Greece, the Ying Jiao Pai family is so extensive. So I wanted to give my Ying Jiao family some love tonight. And looking forward to seeing everybody actually not next month, but in April, because next month is March. I'm ahead. Guys, I'm sorry my voice is just cracking because, like I said, I really am just out of it. But I'm going to, get through this tonight and hopefully we'll have a little fun. And then again, my condolences to Sifu Master Lee Kam Wing. Okay, so we get into some martial arts news. The big deal, and this is why I wanted to go live last night, is that Warrior, the show that I love to death. And if you've seen any of my videos, you know how much I adore this show, is now on Netflix. It actually started streaming on Netflix yesterday. So I wanted to do the live yesterday. I didn't get a chance to do that, but it's okay. It was originally on Cinemax. back in the day, and then for the first 2 seasons, and then it moved over to HBO, formerly HBO Max for the season 3, and now they're moving all 3 seasons over to Netflix because obviously they're trying to catch a bigger audience and really get the word out. If you have not seen Warrior, I strongly recommend you just go for it and try it, and just stream it. The cast has been doing interviews. It's been really great. Everyone's hyping it up. The main thing is they want people to go ahead and binge all 3 seasons, give it a lot of likes and thumbs up, because that helps the algorithm, obviously, and lets them know that people are watching it. So it gives Netflix, I should say, incentive to go ahead and do a season 4, which is what, if you're a fan of Warrior, we're all into that idea, I would hope. So here's a quick article on this, on the move. It says Netflix is now streaming another incredible canceled show, Warrior. Long and short of it, I'll just read a couple. 2 years ago, before his tragic death in 1973, the legendary martial art philosopher and movie star Bruce Lee had an idea for a television show, tentatively titled Assam. It would follow the adventures of a martial artist in the American Old West. It took nearly 50 years, but that idea finally came to fruition in 2019 with the release of the first season of Warrior on Cinemax. It ruled, delivering the best fight sequences on television and anointing new breakout star Andrew Koji before being tragically canceled by Max, where it moved to, as I mentioned before, season 3. Now, all 3 seasons are on Netflix for you to catch up on, and I hope its new streaming home revives it for season 4, which is what I said. Are you guys looking forward to season 4 like I am? Let me know in the comments. What up? Warrior showrunner Jonathan Tropper, best known for the criminally underrated Banshee. And that's another show, guys. You're doing yourself a disservice if you guys have not checked out Banshee. That series is so damn good. And some of the actors transferred over because they work with Jonathan Tropper on Banshee, namely Hoon Lee, who play who's on Warrior. And there's one other, and I'm blanking right now. There's one other actor that came from Banshee as well. That's now on Warrior. So this show, guys, is top notch. Anyway, it says Warrior showrunner, like I said, with Banshee, worked closely with Bruce's daughter Shannon, an executive producer on the series, to create a faithful and modern version of her father's idea. The story follows Assam, an expert martial artist who travels from China to San Francisco in the late 1870s. Hoon Lee plays Chow in the show. I couldn't remember his name, but anyway, this guy named Chow. He's a whole lot different from his Banshee character, and if you knew his Banshee character Job, it's just a complete 180. Anyway, in search of his older sister, what he finds instead is a fierce gang war and blistering racial tensions, especially between the community of Chinese immigrants and Irish laborers. So you got everything going on in San Francisco, and at the time there was an immigration act, an anti-Chinese immigration act that was trying to be passed, or that was law at the time, and it was really, really just a heinous thing back then in the 1800s, in the late 1800s. And all these Chinese were coming over from China to set up new lives, you know. So the show delves in a little bit in the history, but also Assam's journey. So there's a lot of kick-ass martial arts, but there's also that historical point of view, which I think a lot of people will enjoy. Season 1. So I'm gonna give you the quick recap.
You think you can take me on?
That's the wrong question.
Oh yeah? What's the right one?
Do you really want to find out?
There are 25,000 Chinese living in this city, and more coming every day.
You do what you have to survive. There's about 100 different ways it can bury you.
Someone has to start fighting back.
What do you want from me?
Loyalty. This city's a powder keg. We're gonna take back our city! They want a war. Let's give them one.
Okay. Let's go. You had that the whole time?
War's good for business.
So, how are you finding America so far?
Yeah, man. If you guys aren't watching or have not watched Warrior, now's the time because it is on Netflix and you guys will enjoy it. Season 1, that's a quick trailer on that. Season 2, actually, before I show you guys the trailer for season 2, I had the opportunity to talk to Perry Young from the season who plays Father June. He's the head of the triad. One of the main triads in the show. So I'll show you guys a little bit of that, and I'll leave a link down below if you want to check out the entire interview if you're interested in that.
The horse stance and punch and everything.
Right.
And I just remember Wong Jiaman yelling at me all the time, Like, I was too young, And so I remember that, and then we started seeing, the first hearing the first bits about Bruce Lee becoming well known in film, and it was like the Chinese connection, the Fist of Fury, and word got around like he teaches in Oakland,
Right. Yeah.
And then I heard that our teacher had a match with him. The famous match.
Big fight, the famous fight.
Yeah, and this was later on when I really pieced it all together, because at the time it didn't really mean anything. We just heard there was a fight with our teacher and Bruce. It didn't mean anything, just in the community. And later on, years later, you start reading about this infamous match, and you're like, wow, that was that.
Wow.
I really don't know who won, that kind of stuff. We don't know anything about that.
It's
myth,
been disputed so many ways. I know, and there's a book, everything. I know.
Exactly. And then I was mainly an artist and musician. Went to school, San Francisco State, got my fine art degree. But at the time, I was into performing, doing performance art, experimental theater because of music. And suddenly I found myself acting when I moved to New York City. It just seemed like the natural progression. And in acting, people ask, as an Asian man, I'm supposed to know Kung Fu or something.
Right.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
Exactly. It's like, why are you here,
Either that or you're really good at math, right? One of the two.
Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't good at either,
Okay, right.
I was that unmodeled minority that was not good at either, And so I, but I could fake it quite well, because I had some understanding. I saw a lot of Kung Fu films. I was a fan of all the Run Run Shaw, Shaolin epics, Golden Harvest.
Yes.
I was a fan of all of those films. And so it was like in me. And I grew up watching Bruce Lee. He was my idol. He was the only reason I said, I can do that. Without him, I wouldn't have said, there was no one in American media, Western media.
Yeah, so really, really cool. Perry Young, a gentleman and a scholar. I truly enjoyed speaking to him, and I got to speak to him not once but twice. Okay, because we talked about Warrior season 1 and 2 was on at the time. So this was back like 4 years ago, 2020, I believe, when Warrior's wrapping up season 2. And season 2, I'm going to give you guys a quick snippet here so you guys can check it out, or a teaser trailer.
Finished.
Secret war of yours, we're all gonna suffer for it.
Yao Jing, you're gonna wish you had killed me.
There's always tomorrow. You're gonna tear apart Chinatown. You need to stop this.
I don't work for you.
You and me, we have some unfinished business to sign.
Any ideas?
Just the usual.
I want my enemies to be your enemies.
I trusted you, and you used me.
This sort of violence cannot be tolerated. You don't know this town like I do. They're happy to die, as long as they take a few of us with them.
So the new guy's crazy.
We can work with crazy.
I need chaos, and quickly.
We spend every day living in their world. Today, they're gonna die in ours. Be grateful for your pain. It means you're still alive. Kill him now!
Guys, so good. It's just such a great series. And again, that historical value is also there. So if you're interested in the history portion of it at all, you won't be disappointed. They go into a lot of the, basically, the history of San Francisco at the time and a lot of things that were going on. Borderline, as you see from the trailer, borderline racist and always mirroring what we've got today with the whole immigrant, conundrum, for lack of a better word. Clusterfuck is more of a word, but anyway. So yes, it's got its historical points of view as well as kick-ass action, man. It's really good. Second time I talked to Perry Young. This was a lot of fun. We talked less than a year ago. We talked about season 3 when it was coming to Max. So I'll show you guys a couple snippets. And again, I'll leave the link down below if you're interested in checking out the entire interview. So it's really good stuff if you are interested in the series, but also getting some behind the scenes of the series.
Stops, original programming from Cinemax. So they cut. So what happened was HBO was sold to Time Warner, and
Right.
Time Warner cut like all the the peripherals. Like they wanted to stop original programming from Cinemax. So they cut. They stopped season 3 from happening.
Right.
And when season 2 aired, it's like probably when I started talking to you when we had our chat. We still didn't have it was over. Basically, they pulled the plug on Warrior, and everybody, obviously, fans and everyone was upset. But right when season 2 came on, it really took off, into it just reached more audience because it became on HBO.
HBO Max, right?
HBO Max platform. Yeah. And then all these fans were like, wait, there's no season 3? What are you talking about? This show is so great. And so there were suddenly like 2 Facebook Warrior fan groups and a change.org petition to get a season 3.
Yeah, the fans.
Yeah, another organization that came out, COMA's Chinatown Organization for Media Awareness, took a full page out in the Hollywood Reporter, calling for this, to renew the show because, this was sort of the beginning of the pandemic. Right. And there were a lot of reports of anti-Asian hate and violence, and HBO released a press, message that said we support our Asian American artists because they give us, it's about culture.
Yes.
And so this page, this ad in the Hollywood Reporter said, if you really truly support Asian American artists, you would renew Warrior.
Yeah, so good. So yeah, again, I'll leave the entire interview link down below so you guys can check that out. Perry Young is so gracious with his time and such an all-around good guy. Multi-talented, also a musician. Guy's not just an actor, so just a badass in many, many ways. Season 3. So as you guys are going through the seasons, it's on Netflix now, as I mentioned before. Season 3, a little teaser for that for you guys.
You guys seem to have wandered off Longzy territory.
Walk away.
Well, you escalated that pretty fast. Usually there's a little more repartee.
There's a door right there.
Shut up and help me out.
These are tough times. We're losing money and we're losing guys.
Your sister is building an army. Now is the time to adapt or die.
She ordered my death.
Family can be complicated.
We have enough enemies outside of Chinatown. I no longer want to be at war.
Peace never lasts.
Cops are shutting down our businesses. All hell's breaking news because of you.
We will cleanse our city of this alien race.
They'll never treat us as equals.
I may not be able to keep trouble from your door. Maybe you should think about leaving town.
It's too late for that. Plus, do you have any idea how long it took to put this dress on?
I'm not a cop anymore. I can do things differently.
There's only so far you can push me.
Some folks just don't have the stomach for politics.
You're not just a magic man. You're so much more than that.
I've seen the smartest people do the stupidest things, chasing love.
You were getting sentimental in your old age.
Just don't get attached. I can be a very powerful ally.
At some point, you're gonna have to choose a side.
It didn't have to be like this.
Yeah. Yep. So Warriors season 1, 2, and 3 on Netflix. You guys excited about it? Let me know down in the comments. I'm excited that it's going to get a chance for season 4 and now being on Netflix. And I think that's a great thing. Finally, I talked a little bit more with Perry Young about a couple of other things, about the fighting, the training, and about how Warrior got renewed after it was canceled on Cinemax.
Can we kind of expect that you can tell us in season 3, kind of starting off? What can you share?
Well, I mean, if you're a fan of Warrior, you'll know that season 1 is very different from season 2. You know, in terms of this story-wise and relationship, how these characters relate to each other. And season 3 is no different. It's going to be another departure into like how these characters behave and grow from, with one another. So I think you'll see more of that. I think fans of Warrior will be surprised at how much more. I think for myself as an actor, just watching some of it for some of the promos I've been doing, it's more of a drama than it was before. Like it's more serious. You know what I mean? You really feel like, oh, this is an HBO drama. You know, but then on the great thing and an amazing thing on top of that is it still kicks butt.
Yep, it totally kicks butt. I'm gonna obviously I jumped the gun here. I have a video about the training that I'm gonna wrap this up with. But yeah, the series is great, guys. Do yourself a favor, go ahead and check out all 3 seasons and like, give it the best chance for a season 4. Once you get through season 3, spoiler alert, a little mini spoiler alert, they do kind of leave it on a cliffhanger. So you really will want there to be a season 4 after you get all the way up to season 3. I almost guarantee it if you're liking the film, the series at all. And I figure most of this audience are martial arts fans, so you guys will probably love the freaking series. Anyway, last but not least, Perry Young did talk about the training, and that's the one here.
On-set training, how was that? Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. And for me, so it's kind of one of the best parts of being in the show is that, you know, I don't do any fighting really. And in season 3, I'm actually going to do a little more, but I won't say what it is, right?
Right on.
But yeah, so training is just amazing. You know, I got to hand it to Brett, you know, Brett Chen and Johnny Yang, who's his #1 assistant, who does a lot of the choreographing, fight choreo, and previews where they shoot the fight scenes and they sort of tell the normal director how they think the fight scene should go. Yeah, so they have a big job. I mean, Brett has done some amazing work. I mean, he's always done amazing work, right? So this season, episode 1 opens with this huge epic fight. You know? And like all the fans are gonna be like, "Oh my God, this is how it opens," you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Season 3 is a banger. Season 1 and 2 were a lot of fun too. So I really envy guys that are brand new to the series. You guys have a lot of enjoyment coming your way. So yeah, Warrior The series is now on Netflix. Began streaming yesterday. So do yourself a favor and check it out. Okay. So last but not least, I want to talk a little more martial arts news, because actually this is going to be what we call every week the What the F clip of the week. Okay. And as you guys know, if you've been on the channel for a while, or if you've checked it out before, I do a lot of debunking on crap martial arts. There's a whole lot out there. My new video coming out in just a couple days, we will address a few more questionable martial arts techniques, and this is just one I had to share with you guys because this will be part of the video. So hold on to your hats.
Now, because this isn't that kind of situation, what I'm going to need to do is move forward and use their body mechanics against them. So it's going to look something like this. So, in super slow motion, show you what that looks like. To break down the mechanics, what I'm doing here is not engaging, but using his body mechanics against him. This hand floats as I move forward, points the gun right into his own shoulder. And when he fires, that goes off. Of course, it's going to be a little bit of a concussion for me, but as I'm moving forward, hopefully I'll be out of range. So this hand floats as I move forward. This hand does a...
Yeah, the whole hand floats, hand not float thing. Like, what the F are you talking about? First of all, I always have to address the elephant in the room. How did you get in that situation in the first place? The person with two guns pointed at you is probably trying to take you hostage somewhere. In trying to redirect a gun defense, we do a lot of that in Krav Maga. It's hard enough doing the defense with one gun. Trying to do two is almost impossible. I'd say, just my personal opinion, and you guys are going to see this in the video coming up, you're going to have to get your verbal jujitsu going a lot, and hope that the people that have the guns at you can, you can move to a better point where maybe you can get one gun off you and then work the other one. But thinking that you can push one gun back and the other guy won't fire on you is just asinine. It's bullshit. So yeah, we're going to tackle that one and a few others. So look out for that video, guys. Thanks for hanging out a little bit live. I apologize again for not being on here last night. But I was just under the weather. So it's always great to see some people on here and just see that, we're growing as a channel. And yeah, check me out next week. As you know, sometimes we'll have some guests on. Maybe next week we'll have another guest, and we'll just see how it goes. Thank you all for checking the live out, and I will see you all in the next round. Keep punching, you guys. All right. Don't forget, by the way, to like, subscribe, share the content. That's how we grow. I always say, let's grow, let's go. That's my motto, and it really is. So, yeah, please.
Don't just stand there, like and subscribe.
Yeah, give me a little love. Show me some love down in the comments. And then if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Guys, we'll see you next week. Talk to you soon.